to be clear, I want no beef with anyone.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one, man. I don't know if you can ask for that from an audience of people that call any person who detracts from Hasan a fascist, Nazi, genocide supporter. So that's what you are gonna be labeled as now, just so you know, right? Looks like Ludwig has taken his first W in some months. I'll tell you, a Ludwig W of decent size was not on my October 2025 bingo card, and it's something that we've talked about for a while. It's how Ludwig has been sweeping for Hasan, right? We talked about how Ludwig was excusing Hasan's behavior some time ago, and how it seemed like when he was running these daily drama commentary videos, when Hasan was pretty frequently in the headlines for something bad, Ludwig would either ignore it or excuse it, one or the other. And looks like for the first time in history, he's gone out and condemned Hasan, or at least he's just acknowledging what we've all seen, which is that he owns a shock collar. He didn't even go as far to say that he shocked his dog, but just that he owns the collar, which, I mean, why the fuck would he own the collar if he didn't plan on using it? But anyway, let's take a look.
Massive day for the unemployed. Hasan's second dog, Ludwig, took off his own shock collar and went after his master.
Do I think Hasan shocks his dog? I have no fucking clue. I think he lied about having a shock collar. I think he 100% had a shock collar based off what's on my For You page.
Hasan is so cooked, even Jellywig decided to jump ship.
Yeah, that's how you know you're fucked, right? When this guy's out of here, the guy who was taking personal hits to his reputation for your ass, well, he's done with it now, which I gotta give him respect for. Hey, better late than never. You know, better to grow a spine at age 28 than to never grow a spine. So shout out to you, big man. And listen, anyway, like, for people who don't think it's enough for him to say that he owns a shock collar, but to not say that he shocks his dog, let me ask you this, okay? Do you just go from sucking someone's dick to hating them like that fast? Obviously, he's gonna start by saying like, yeah, you know, I think he owns a shock collar, and then it gets to like, okay, yeah, well, he's kind of a bad person, and then it's like, yeah, he's probably a terrorist sympathizer. Like, you have to, you know, you have to start somewhere. You know, it doesn't. You don't start at 10 where everybody else is. You start at 1 and then you go up.
Jellywig likes to talk about drama again. Let's talk about some shocking news.
She getting up, I can't allow her. She my palate.
This song parody about Hasan shocking his dog is currently #1 on YouTube Music.
I got the power.
Now show us the AI version.
He's adamant that he hasn't shocked her, but that 100% is a shock collar, as a fact. I feel like that shit is 100% a shock collar.
It was confirmed that it was a fucking vibration collar.
Yeah, that's brutal, bro. iDubbbz, no one, Hasan's not coming to save you, brother. It's done, okay?
Ludwig literally chose the best time to jump ship. Like, some of these other people defending Hasan were lunatics. Like, we could see that there was a shock collar with our own eyes.
That's so funny because he's called himself a propagandist several times. And what that literally means is when you are spreading propaganda, you are intentionally misleading people in order to believe your narrative. And it's like, that's pretty clear with the words he says. But when he's holding up a thing that is a shock collar and then telling you that it's not a shock collar, it becomes very evident that this guy is just evil.
We're trying to gaslight us. Someone lied to you.
And I think when you come in and you say, oh no, you're gonna get the Hasan call now, I think like you are like genuinely pathetic. Like you are still pretending to live in a universe where it is like brave to speak out against Hasan, as if that is not like the popular side to be on.
Yeah, dickhead. On social media, Hasan isn't very popular because people see through the grift, but on...
Yeah, that's sort of the thing, though, is like, as much credit as I want to give Ludwig, it is like very convenient for him to just, you know, give up with the Hasan dick riding right now. Like, of all times, I don't think this guy's ever been more hated.
Twitch, they're singing a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
What the
I digress.
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this.
We have Insanity Jacob, who said, R.I.P. Hasan, had to make you stop posting, which is something that I have had follow me for some time now, and I wanted to talk about. Jellywig likes to talk about drama again. Let's talk about some shocking news that has happened on Twitch.
This guy edited out the master. The dog is free.
18 months ago, I had dealt with people who now thought that, hey, Hasan messaged me, he made the boss call, I had to take down the video. That's not what happened. You
Whether Hasan told you to remove the video that was even the smallest bit critical of him or not, the reality is you certainly were scared of his toxic community coming after you and brigading your video. And because of that, and you were afraid of the escalation and what had already happened, you deleted the video. And unfortunately, you being afraid of him and kneeling to him, right, that's pussy shit. That is, right? And I think that maybe you didn't want the smoke, but if you didn't want the smoke, then you shouldn't have spoke up against him, because you have the smoke and it's time to fucking, you know, gear up, because you're ready for war. We're taking on the Hasan tards.
You can believe me or not believe me, I really don't care, but I swear on my mother's life, who I love more dearly than any human on this earth, that Hasan has never asked me to take down a video, and I did not do that because he asked me to. It just never happened, right? It didn't happen on everything.
You don't know the full context. Basically, he deleted a video a while ago on his like second channel, which like had the likeness of Hasan on it. And people were speculating that Hasan told him to delete it, but I don't think Hasan told him to delete it. He was just scared of Hasan. But now the dog is free. Hummus Parker's not gonna like that one.
You know, I think a lot of people are under the impression that Hasan operates a cabal of LA streamers and is an all-powerful being, and that's why people don't speak out.
Wrong. They do speak out. They just carry water for him.
I don't know where this delusion comes from. The culture war was one.
The thing is about Hasan is that because he's so influential and has so many viewers on Twitch, and this goes for Asmongold as well, right? Because they're both sides of their own political aisle, respectively. A lot of people who may want to speak out against them or see some of the things they're saying and disagrees just simply won't, because it just comes down to numbers, right? Like at the end of the day, it's a lot easier to have beef with the person who has no fans than have beef with the person who's objectively fucking wrong, but has 80,000 people watching them, right? 80,000 fans. That's what makes people so afraid. And I think for the longest time, Hasan did have that fear in a lot of people. And it's because he also, for a long time, has been streaming. And so naturally, he has taken time away from politics and played games, which has brought him closer to other communities like Valorant. And like you have sort of overlap with like Pokimane, and like I'm sure he played Among Us as well. And so those sorts of people, maybe they see what he's saying and they disagree with it, but they also see that his numbers have risen since they played Among Us, and they're just like, well, okay, maybe I'll just leave him be, right?
By the right-wingers.
Right-wingers.
Bruh.
No hard R.
It is more popular to hate on Hasan than to stand by him. But for some reason, I feel like people are under the impression that the inverse is true. It's just...
I think saying that is definitely true, but with the issue with saying it like this, with the tone that he's saying it, because obviously this guy is a liberal, but I think he's saying this in a way to make it sound like disagreeing with Hasan is like, you know, like it's not brave at all, right? Like listen to this.
But for some reason, I feel like people are under the impression that the inverse is true. It's just not true. About whether that's worthwhile.
Yeah, exactly. Like the issue is that when you say, oh yeah, the right wing has won the culture war, it's so easy to criticize Hasan. It's like, well, I would argue that there was a time when the culture war was being lost, where if you were speaking out against anybody who was, you know, left wing in a lot of ways, you ran a very high risk of getting banned. Like if you look at Sneeko, he got banned for vaccine misinformation, which is like, you know, I think the definition of losing the culture war would be getting censored because of a political position. And I do think that when you talk about, oh yeah, you have no balls to or like it's so easy to speak up against Hasan, I feel like a lot of the people who are maybe the most vocal about Hasan's wrongdoings were also people that probably in some capacity were censored or disenfranchised during like the 2020 to 2022 period, when I feel like the left was a lot more culturally dominant.
Hasan's tech tone just
right. So when you're making it's like, oh, it's just so easy for you to make fun of Hasan, it's like, well, like you're making it sound like it's just the easiest thing to be a right winger, you know? It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess right now it's good, but that comes after a pretty long period of battling censorship on the internet. Censorship that you never spoke out against, Ludwig. Censorship that in a lot of cases I'm sure you were fine with and would be fine with again if it came back. Like, has Ludwig ever made a video criticizing the YouTube censorship guidelines? Or has he ever made a video talking about the double standards on Twitch bans and how they are very specifically helping and uplifting women and minorities minorities at the expense of like other maybe like white male streamers, like that there is a very obvious preferential treatment that takes place in the application of bans and stuff like that and the rules on Twitch, right? So I don't know. It's like, Ludwig, I really don't know if I want to hear you talk about how easy it is to be right wing and how easy it is to dunk on Hasan, when if the censorship that happened in 2020 was to be brought back and it would be targeted at right wingers, you would have no problem with it. So it's like, how can you possibly say it's so easy if you would also make it harder?
It's got vindicated.
It's just not true. If you don't believe me, watch Ninja stream and he goes, check this out, shock dog. Bleh.
5 big years.
And it's the most viral thing he has done.
Because he's just criticizing animal abuse. Like, what are we gonna talk about? Like, the grass is green ass take being popular for some reason is not like, doesn't make sense.
The past like 3 years.
I'm kidding.
Boom.
Like, what are we talking about here? We're acting like it's popular to defend Hasan or some shit. All right, and I don't understand why.
Hasan could barbecue his dog on stream and he'd get a day ban. Of course you know why. It's because Twitch gives him preferential treatment.
I'm also not even friends with Hasan. Legitimately, I'm not. He's not someone that I invite to like my birthday or things like that. He's someone I've done streams with, and I think they were fun. He's a streamer friend is the group I call. But we're not boys. My boys are Slime, Aiden, Nick, the people that I hang out with actually on a week-to-week basis. When I retire, I will never speak to 95% of the streamers I collab with again. Hasan is part of that group.
This is fair. I mean, like, anyone who thinks that's an attack against Hasan is just a pussy, because the reality is this is how it is with most of the people online who you see. Like, the people that Joe Rogan has on his podcast, for instance, like, we're looking at guests probably in the thousands at this point, right? I mean, how many episodes has he done? He's been going for over 10 years. It has to be over 1,000 guests. Do you think that he could possibly care about every single one of those guests? Do you think he even remembers some of the people that he's done podcasts with? No. Doesn't mean that he doesn't like them or that he has any ill will toward them at all, but it just comes down to a volume issue, right? Like, yeah, they're influential people that have a discussion for the entertainment of the audience, and that doesn't guarantee that the people putting on the performance like each other that much, right? I mean, people have to understand this, right? There's a lot of parasocial brain rot with people thinking that their favorite creators are touching tips every night.
I will never speak to 95% of the streamers I collab with again.
Makes
Hasan
sense.
is part of that group.
Making me look bad on stream. Gonna hit it with my power beam.
Free Kaya school walkout.
79!
I don't know, boys. I'm feeling a bit out of touch. Maybe I am unk. I just found out what 6'7" was. It's the amount of times Hasan zaps his dog on stream. And that's being generous.
That's a fact. This is just the reality of life, okay? Connor, I'm an actual friend with. Connor, I would actually speak with after. But most streamers, I wouldn't. It's just true. They wouldn't go to my funeral. I wouldn't go to their funeral.
Basically, he admitted that the whole Los Angeles streaming scene is full of a bunch of fake ladder climbing scum. But we already knew that.
People have known about this, I feel like, for a while, that mostly the streamers that are big are oftentimes posturing to the audience and virtue signaling. And when people say virtue signaling, obviously you think majorly, or like majority political opinions, people pretending that they're woker than they actually are. But the reality is, I think virtue signaling can exist in a lot of different ways. Like, let's use simpler language to describe this sort of behavior, like a poser, someone who is pretending to be something they're not, right? But when we talk about virtue signaling, it's somebody pretending to have virtues that they don't have, right? And a lot of the people are just posers. They're just straight up posers. They don't really enjoy the games that they're playing. They don't really enjoy the people they're hanging out with. They don't really care about this or that. And so they're just fake. And that's why the LA scene is plastic. That's why a lot of these streamers are just, you know, they're just fucking, they're not real.
It's crazy that how much misinformation is effective. I mean, look at this guy. This is no shock collar. It's vibration color. Like these people.
You don't gotta be a rocket scientist to see that's a shock collar. It doesn't matter if you're a Hasan fan or not. You can't deny your eyes. Someone lied to you. And the funniest thing to me is that Hasan dug himself into a deeper hole. If he just said, yeah, it's a shock collar. My trainer suggested I use this. It's not illegal. It's actually good for training dogs. This would have blown away in like a day or two.
It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just f***ing go.
No, but this edit gets me every time.
Now, to be clear, I want no beef. with anyone.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one, man. I don't know if you can ask for that from an audience of people that call any person who detracts from Hasan a fascist, Nazi, genocide supporter. So that's what you are going to be labeled as now, just so you know, right?
Hasan's community, Asmin's community, Destiny's community. If what I said offended you, I apologize deeply.
Oh.
I am Chinese now.
What? What?
I'm leaving Twitch and YouTube anyway for Billy. Seriously.
Oh, nice. That's tough.
Jokes aside, this is probably the smartest thing Ludwig could have done, like disavow Hasan
That's
and
awesome.
anybody's too political, because honestly, Ludwig makes pretty good videos. Like, I can be skeptical of some.
That's honestly true, and I feel like it's worth saying. A lot of the actual content that he's made is very interesting. This video right here that my face cam is covering, I think was my first exposure to his content. Basically, this video is a test to see that if you are making a channel from scratch, but know some of the ins and outs of YouTube, how much can you blow up the channel, right? Like, without using your face or your brand. And he made this channel without his, appearance or his notoriety and grew it from scratch. And it was really interesting to see. And so he's definitely capable and oftentimes posts good content. He does need to stay away from some of the toxins. I think one of those was Hasan, and I'm glad that he got rid of it, right? He makes better content than me by far. Like, I don't really create much content. Like, I don't have many ideas. I'm just pretty decent at speaking and conveying my thoughts. And so I do what I'm good at. And that's about it. Like, he's better at doing this shit, and he needs to leave the talking to me.
But still appreciate their work. The Hasan orbit was upset, though. Gutless Yakubian devil. Gutless Yakubian devil is a loaded insult that draws from black nationalist and Nation of Islam terminology.
What?
Yakubian replies to Yakub, a figure from the Nation of Islam mythology said to have created the white race through selective breeding. So Yakubian is often used to describe white people. Oh, but when I call Hasan's community brown, people get angry. Wah. Anyway, this was earlier this week, but Hasan crashing out is the funniest thing ever.
I can't stand any of you dumb in this goddamn chat. Oh my fucking god, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate
You and
everything
me
that's going
both.
on.
No,
Every single
kidding.
fucking day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate streaming.
It's the Boogie 2988 crash out, bro. You're 35 years old. Pack it up, bro. It is over. Yep, it's time. You hate streaming, you hate your job, you hate your life. Well, it may be time to hang up the cape. Well, I wouldn't call it a cape, but hang up whatever it is you thought you were wearing for your cause and go to sleep and just lay there, put on some ASMR massage. ASMR, mommy gives you a checkup. What else did I? ASMR. I don't even know. Just put some of that shit on. Just relax, man. Just take it easy, bruv.
I hate socialism. I hate every single person
too.
who thinks that the
I hate
peak of
socialism
activism is just
too.
being the most annoying, holier
Socialism
than thou,
is gay.
the most ultimately woke leftist. Is just, you did it. You did it. You have unlocked the fucking nihilism within me, okay? I am black-pilled. Nothing will ever get
Damn.
better. We are never gonna make it out.
This
We
is
can't even have a
tough.
normal, fucking non-hostile goddamn conversation.
Hasan's been having a tough week, and again, earlier, as I said, it could have
down.
easily been avoided if he was truthful from the get-go. Even my troll.
Well, another thing I feel like with stuff like this is it breaks out of the internet bubble because it's like the easiest shit for anybody to understand. Zapping pets is bad. Who cares about who did it, right? If it's Hasan making a shitty argument about why political, like the rhetoric around violence should be or shouldn't be this or that, even if he's saying something that upon, thinking about it for more than 10 seconds is like akin to, yeah, kill Republicans, that sort of stuff is masked in layers of like jargon and technical speak that you kind of have to be in the know to decipher. Whereas if he zaps his fucking dog, any retarded person or grandma could tell you, like, yeah, that's bad. Who is this guy? Yeah, he's bad.
Ludwig finally got permission from Hasan to talk about this. Again, it's not even Hasan, it's the bias that Twitch has towards him. And these people love to play stupid as if it isn't clearly evident. It's like, dude, what are you talking about, man? Dude. Asmongold's Frogan said, it's good to see all the left LA creators start to turn on one another. The next couple of days will be cinema.
I'm also not even friends with Hasan.
Ludwig's not even a dog anymore because dogs have loyalty. Anywho, Scooby-Doo, people uncovered an old photo of Hasan's previous dog, and apparently they were speculating that the collar's too tight and the dog had an open wound. If we're being charitable, it could have been like a different injury, but knowing Hasan's...
He's not human, bro. When we talk about virtue signaling, Hasan is like, he's trying to human signal. Like, he's trying to come across as more of a human than he is, bro. This guy's not real, right? He's like, oh, I have a dog, just like you guys. Oh, hey, FaZe Clan members that are 10 years younger younger than me. You guys play video games, so do I. I'm also a human. Dude, you're not. You're not real. Like, you're a fucking figment. You're a figment. I'm gonna call you a fig. What's up, Figgy? Well, that one sounded a little too close, but I'm gonna call you a figment because that's what you are. You're not. You're like a construct. You're an amalgamation of ideas that has been, you know, attempted to be humanized and mass-produced to the audience. Like, you're a collection of ideas manifested in the worst way possible.
Track record, it could be either or. So Hasan has an established pattern of animal abuse. Bro, how the f are people still defending him at this point with all the evidence? Because they got groupthink and they're essentially in a cult. They're in an authoritarian regime, except their leader isn't very charismatic or funny.
Waving with Indivisible? Yeah. Yeah, she got up.
Bro, why he gets so triggered when this dog moves? Has he announced every single time she stands? He got up. She got up. Kaya's standing. She got up. She's standing. She got up. Why does he? Yeah, we see that, dude.
Like, geez, Hasan, we get it, man. We get it. Anyway, Ludwig turning on Hasan equals game over. Ludwig only weighs in when he's 100% sure which side is coming out on top.
It is more popular to hate on Hasan.
Yeah, maybe I'm giving her too much credit, but it's still based. What the fuck was that? Was that a Pornhub t-shirt? I didn't even know they made those. Is that Drip? Yeah, he's wearing a Pornhub t-shirt. That is just like, I think the most predatory drip I've ever seen someone rock. Like, you actually somehow managed to make Hasan look like an average guy. I don't know what he's looking at off camera, but it might be a child.
I'm also not even friends with Hasan.
Brutal.
America deserved not.
Sadly, unfortunately, we ran out of time for this video.
That is tough, but yeah, man, at the end of the day, I guess I give him a W there, but it's more about Hasan collecting as many L's as possible, because that guy deserves his downfall more than anybody.